5.
Welcome, comic book fans. This is Fanwagon, where we're all your hosts. My name's Alan. This is Calvin, and this is Andy.
Yo, guys, we just got done seeing Captain America: Civil War. Man, lots to talk about. We're gonna hop into this overview, jump into spoilers, try to make it brief, nice for you guys. So if you want to see the movie, you're interested in it, you find us on YouTube, see us on some form of social media, you can click on this and kind of get an idea of what you're going to get into. So, the guy right here, we're fresh off Batman v Superman, multiple viewings, going into our Marvel phase.
5 viewings.
5 viewings. 4. 2.
5.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But, Al, what did you think of the film, man?
Well, like all movies, it's got its good and it's got its bad. I don't think it's as good as everybody's saying. The airport sequence, yeah, it was cool. I don't think it's the greatest action sequence in a movie. I actually prefer, though it is shorter, but the fight scene in the first Avengers. I really like that. It's the first time seeing that, I was at wow. Not that this was completely bad. Giant Man, was sluggish. You already dropped the spoiler shit, so I don't know why you're doing that. But he was a little sluggish. Wasn't too bad. But Spider-Man, I really enjoyed him. What'd you think, Cal?
Sluggish was a bad word. He was just straight up slow.
Slow.
He was like, yo.
I just didn't understand. And then he didn't talk when he was Giant Man too, like his vocal cords.
He said some stuff.
He said, "You got to get through me." That's all he said.
Yeah, but it should have, I don't know, with how slow he was moving and everything, they should have probably deepened his voice and everything. That would have kind of been cool. I felt like Spider-Man was the number one selling point for the movie for me. I'm very interested in seeing Spider-Man Homecoming now. I thought Tom Holland was amazing. Marissa Tomei as Aunt May, fire. Yo, I love the fact that Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark was hitting on her.
Right, yeah, that was nice. No, we made Alan think we hated the movie we watched.
Yeah, I know you guys didn't. I know it was a bunch of crap.
I liked the movie. I fell into the trap of trying to pick it apart because my expectations were, this is about to be awesome. You just have to go into film. You just gotta let it out, man. You just have to go into movies and be like, all right. You have to go in there with no high expectations.
Yes.
Go in level-headed. Standouts for me: Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Black Panther. Tony Stark was great in it. Captain America was Captain. It kind of felt like him and Bucky picked up where they left off on Captain America: Winter Soldier. Had good elements to that in it. Really, you had a lot of your other characters in there. I enjoyed Falcon, but as the movie progressed, he became a throwaway character. Jeremy Renner came in there as Hawkeye. It was he was shitty.
I think there was one good scene.
And then one good scene. You're right.
Yeah.
The prison scene, but even at that was Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, it was
in town.
Hawkeye was the ultimate throwaway character.
Since we're talking about throwaway characters, you guys, I know we all kind of talked about this. Did you guys want a character to die? Do you guys think that would have made this movie better? Personally, for me, I think that somebody should have died. I'm kind of glad it wasn't War Machine, because they showed that in the trailer, and that would have kind of, been not as climactic if they would have killed him. But I wish that they would have killed off freaking Hawkeye or Bucky or somebody.
They should have killed off Vision. That's how Thanos gets this dope. Scarlet Witch when she makes the building fall out, and that's when Vision died. Yo, Vision was the ultimate awkward character in this movie.
Awkward, yes, is a really good word.
And we also wondered too, leading up to the film, out of all the characters, who's the most powerful? The ruler, it's Vision. Vision is the most powerful character out of all of them. So that was kind of my thing. It's how do you use them? You just make them weird.
Yeah,
just
weird.
Socially awkward.
Weird.
Socially awkward.
And just a liability to the team, when you find out that this is him who shot down freaking War Machine,
What was his excuse? I was distracted. Yeah, he's seen some
booty blind.
He's seen some poo and he got ooh.
But
Yes.
You know, speaking
She's
of other,
just not that into you, dude.
yeah,
Just not that into you.
great movie, I think that is. But a character that really stood out for me, I know you said Spider-Man, I know you said Ant-Man, Black Panther, and Spider-Man. I'm gonna go with Black Panther. I thought he was great.
Yep.
I actually got a question for both of you guys. Do you think that this is Tony Stark, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr.? Do you think this is his best movie out of all of them?
I think this is the one that they had to get him dynamically like this. I know he can go the serious route, but this was definitely his most serious. Like while he was also being funny, obviously witnessing the death of his parents and all the wide range of emotions that he has with his team kind of crumbling around him, and then he has his F-it moment where he's just like, "Yo, I'm just gonna kill Bucky. I don't care."
Right. He actually, what I noticed in the film is that he gets into the point to where he realizes the Avengers are fallen, and it's this F-it moment. It's that same moment that we've seen in Batman v Superman, where Batman's just kind of at the I don't give a shit point, where Tony was like, I'm full board, and it took him getting the shit beat out of him by Cap, which I actually think that fight scene was better than the airport fight scene.
I think that
it was. I mean, the other stuff was just a bunch of destruction. That's what it was. It was cool. A lot of people say you're grinning ear to ear when you're watching it. Well, that's because they're making jokes when they're fighting.
Yeah, you know, and it was the humor. The humor thing with me, I feel like the characters that were, you know, funny needed to be funny with Spider-Man and Ant-Man. I was fine with Falcon. Sometimes it felt a little forced. Tony, we know that we get that sarcastic kind of attitude with him, but I think out of all of them, I think it was the moments between Falcon and Bucky that was just like, don't make Bucky a funny character, because he's actually kind of the reason for all this movie. Out of everybody, he should be the most serious tone out of.
There's
another character that I'm glad that they didn't try to make funny was Black Panther, just because also he's coming in with a lot of loss, and his first motive is vengeance, but obviously he learns that
he doesn't have any type of humor in the whole film either.
That's good. Like,
I know.
That's why
it's a different break.
I think that he was my favorite. Speaking of vengeance, let's talk about probably the biggest disappointment with all Marvel films is the lead villain. Now, there's kind of Zemo, and it's not Baron Zemo, it's just Zemo. There's a thing that I liked. They didn't kill him off, which is kind of, you know, Marvel's known for killing off their villains. But a villain that I felt was actually more, I was like more tuned into was Crossbones in the beginning. I actually liked his motives a lot better.
He got killed off.
Yeah, he got killed off right at the beginning. It's
but I liked his story, you know, to you know, he was just out for revenge on Cap. That was his whole motive. Causing as much destruction as possible. How do you guys feel about the Zemo and Crossbones?
Well, Crossbones, you should have kept in there for half the movie.
Right.
That's what it should have been. Baron Zemo, I understand it was going to be a hard film to make because you have so many characters that have to be involved in the film, and it's like, how do you place a villain in there? And, you know, you have to compare. It's apples to oranges. That's what Batman v Superman and Captain America Civil War are. But the thing is that they're both around. Just like these two movies were heroes pinned against each other by a villain. Zemo puts basically obstacles in the way to make them think, okay, you gotta go here, it's this person, it's that person. Instead of giving the whole movie away to you guys, he kind of pins them against each other. And then you find out he's just a guy.
Yeah.
This is the dude.
Yeah.
He's just a guy. He's a guy that lost his family. That's it. And then he went to go off himself, and then he couldn't even do that.
Black Panther said, no.
No.
You don't need to do that. No guns.
The people. You finish your life here with them.
CMB.
But on the real tip, I didn't really mind him too much because he was kind of just like a side villain. Like, he was obviously running the show, but he wasn't even a focal point.
Right.
Really. He was just kind of like there on the side, just like, being the puppet master. But the action was definitely focused on Cap and Iron Man, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And even at the end of the day, they're still butting heads, and we don't even get a resolve.
No resolve.
At the end, Captain America, I'll give you the ending. Spoilers, this is already a spoiler.
Yeah.
Review.
Oh, yeah.
Have it on the title, but He writes freaking Tony a letter that says, "If you need my half of the squad, we'll be there."
Yeah, and you know that was actually kind of a thing. It's like, dude, they probably should have left that out because I think with Infinity Wars coming, that could have been kind of the good, first part of that, getting the group back together and kind of Cap and Tony reconciling their differences and trying to get together.
But don't they do that at the
I'm
end
not
of
mad.
the Avengers movie?
Yeah. I'm not mad at the ending, like, because I understand, like, a force like Thanos is gonna make them like have to come together.
True.
You know what I mean? So that's gonna be like kind of the thing, like, yo, we're up against something, like, no more, like, all animosity gone, like, we're just a team. That's what's gonna.
So we
happen.
have Doctor Strange and Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Very interested in seeing both of those two movies. Those could potentially be the best two Marvel movies for me in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Where the hell does Thanos in Infinity? Is it just going to be Avengers? Hey, Dark Cloud comes over Earth and Thanos is here. We have Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Thor Ragnarok is the movie right before.
It's going to be
and the Russo brothers have talked about Thor Ragnarok being the #1 movie that connects to Infinity Wars. After that movie, that's like what kicks off Infinity Wars. So, how they do it, we're not sure what's going to happen.
I'm thinking that Thanos is going to have some kind of role in that film.
Right, which he should. Get him on the screen.
I guarantee you he's hinted at again in Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of the end of the movie and further movies to come, what did you guys think of the post-credit scenes?
They were just horrible. They were the worst after-credit scenes I've ever seen. What the fuck?
I don't think.
No. They were horrible. Bucky has a metal arm, and they still put a patch on it, like he's bleeding. Like, here's a Band-Aid. He's going into what a hyperbaric chamber, going to sleep.
Yeah, he's going
cryo sleep. It was horrible. I hated it. And then Spider-Man's got a light.
Well,
it's what he shows in the comics.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the bat signal for Spider-Man.
Hold on. How many people know about that signal?
That's why I feel like they kind of
why
put
do
that.
I care? What? And then they put the Spider-Man will return. Oh shit! You just casted him. Like, it was horrible.
I actually
you listen. After credit scenes, they did a great job of fucking Thanos turning his head and smiling. And then, but for the first one, Hellboy smiled. Freaking the setup for the Avengers. I heard about the Spider-Man one, and I'm like, okay, hopefully the first. And then I see it's Bucky and Cap. I'm like, one after credit scene that I do like that is the best one that they had will be Ant-Man, because that's actually that after credit scene's in the middle of the film.
Yeah, it's actually a scene right from it. I actually didn't mind the Bucky one because is Bucky gonna be in Black Panther?
It's
gonna be.
Obviously not.
That's actually the hint.
Yeah. Okay. Which I'm all right with that. I guess depending on role. The Spider-Man one, like it's a throwaway. Like it's whatever.
It's throwaway, but that's not what we're looking for. That's not what we want.
I feel like most of them,
Well, the Spider-Man one, I understand why they did that, because not every fan is like looking at forums and reading things, so they don't know this could just be something that they think Spider-Man's just in this movie.
Right.
They don't know he's going to come back, and then all of a sudden it's like. Yeah.
But who's into Spider-Man? The kids. The kids are into Spider-Man. Adults read the forums.
I think with them bringing in the Steve Ditko costume, that's why they did that as the after credit scene, because that's kind of shown with that costume. So why not do it?
I beg
What else do you guys want to touch on?
I don't know.
Scarlett Johansson.
Throwaway character.
This is the first movie where I felt like she was a throwaway character.
And it's just.
Do you feel like they're kind of trying to replace her with Scarlet Witch? That's kind of what I'm getting with it. I feel like they're trying to
because
not necessarily.
Russo brothers are already talking about making her own solo film.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about. And can the Russo brothers stop doing the stupid cameos in the movie? He was a dead guy in the tub in the first one. One of them. One of the brothers is in the Winter Soldier. He's doing something. Just stop. Just get out there to play. Wow.
Where you go?
Ratings. I don't put it above Captain America: Winter Soldier. It's kind of.
Let's go over.
It's
the movies
kind
that have come out this year, 2016. You got 3 superhero films now that you've seen.
I'm gonna go Batman v Superman because I like Batman and Superman better than Cap and Iron Man. So I'm gonna go Batman v Superman #1, and I love this. I like the story for that. The motives to that are better than Civil War. Civil War is gonna be #2, and I'm gonna end on Deadpool. I've only seen Deadpool once. I'm gonna admit to that. So where are you at with it, Cal?
Deadpool 1, Batman v Superman 2, Captain America Civil War 3.
I follow suit. Hopefully, we get a really good X-Men movie. I was kind of hoping, dude. The Russo brothers are talking about throwing Wolverine in there, and I'm like, maybe we're gonna throw some hints to that. Maybe Fox has some type of secret thing going on. They're not. There's another Marvel film with a horrible after-credit scene and not a real villain, and no one died. But the characters weren't that bad. You just had a couple throwaway guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's expected just because of the sheer amount of characters they have. Like, they can't give everybody equal screen time.
I don't need to give equal screen time, but like I said, like Falcon, that was good.
He starts off strong and then he fades.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like it was like Jeremy Renner, like Hawkeye shows up and like, why the hell you sent Hawkeye to go break up Scarlet Witch?
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Vision.
Let me ask you guys.
That just shows you how much that they like totally missed the boat with Vision.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you guys feel like this was Avengers 2.5, or do you guys feel like this was Captain America?
This was
Captain
Iron
America.
Man 4.
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go with that. I'm actually gonna.
I look at it.
It's a Cap central story.
If
anything, it's Cap Tony.
It's not Cap. It's an Avengers movie because Avengers movies are based on two characters, and they circle around Captain America and Iron Man, and then the other characters fall into place, and you have little scenes with them. That's
Bruce Banner is huge in the Avengers film.
Yeah. Two out of the 4 main Avengers are missing, so I'm not calling it Avengers 2.5. I'm just gonna call it a Cap movie. If anything, I'll put it an Iron Man movie over that, but still, Captain America's got the most time in the movie on the screen. Let's say that. I'm done?
I'm done.
Alright guys, we're done with this. So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below.
Yes.
Check out all of our previous videos, Hot Toy reviews, other comic book movie discussions, and Nerd Block unboxings done by this. Think it's right here, man.
Just put up Ant-Man.
Yeah, just put up Ant-Man on the Hot Toy review.
Yep.
He just got released.
Did you see Ant-Man? Ant-Man is on top of it.
Right there.
You guys can't see that, but he's there.
Baby Ant.
The guy Al's got more coming too. What do you got coming next?
We'll do in. You know what? We'll go into either.
Let's do Boba Fett.
We're gonna do Boba Fett next. The 1/4 scale Baba.
We're gonna do Baba.
We're gonna do Debbie. Thank you guys. All right, guys. Like we say, like, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.